Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum students. In our today lecture we will discuss about soil preparation for different types of ornamental plants. Let's start. What is soil? Students, it is actually a mixture of organic matter, mineral, gases, liquid and organisms that support life. It actually provides medium to enrich plant. This is the soil is a storehouse for all the elements plants need to grow, like nutrients, organic matter, air and water. Soil also provides support for plant root when properly prepared and cared for. Soil can be improved each year and will continue to grow plants forever. Soil soil deliver ecosystem services that enables life on earth, like they helps in carbon sequestration, nitrogen cycling, climate regulation, water purification and soil contaminant reduction. It also provides provision of food, fiber and fuel. It is important in cultural heritage. It provides provision of construction material. It is the foundation for human infrastructure. It is a source of pharmaceutical and genetic resources. It provides flood regulation, habitat for organisms, and nutrient cycling. But there are four major functions which are performed by soil. Soil as material or platform or medium of habitat for fungi, bacteria, insects, growing mammals and other organisms. It recycles raw materials and filters water. It provides the foundation for engineering projects such as building roads and bridges, and it is a medium for plant growth. So these are the four major functions of soil. What are the physical properties of soil? Soil actually provides medium for growing plants and habitat for other organisms. Mainly it is composed of two materials. Number one, organic matter. Organic matter means they are decomposed parts of dead parts of plants and animals' body. And the another composed part is mineral. Mineral is actually derived from the rocks under the soil, and it is transported through wind or water to the other parts of the earth. The mineral portion of soil is actually identified by its texture. Texture means relative amount of sand, silt and clay in the soil. These three terms refers only to particle size, not to the type of mineral that comprises them. Sand. Sand is actually familiar to most of us and is the largest textural soil size. Sand is the soil having largest particle size. It is easily seen by with naked eye or with a hand lens, and it provides excellent aeration and drainage. It will easily and warms up rapidly in spring. However, it erodes easily and has a low capacity for holding water and nutrients. So it has low capacity of holding water. Silt is the second type of soil texture. Silt is size between sand and clay. Individual silt particle can be seen through a lower power microscope. It has intermediate characteristics compared to sand and clay. Clay particles are so small that they can only be seen through an electron microscope because of very smallest size of particles. Clay soil contains low amount of air. Water drains slowly through them. Clay is difficult to tell and warms up slowly in spring, but it tends to erode less quickly than sand, and it has a high capacity for water holding and nutrients. Loam is a term that is often used generally to refer to soils that are a mixture of sand, silt, and clay. Most of our topsoils are loams. However, loams can vary from a rather equal mixture of the three textural size to a mixture dominated by sand or silt or clay. As a gardener or for the ornamental plants, uh, it is best to choose loam for the uh, better growth of ornamental plants, because uh, it affects management practices. What does soil do for plants? Soil actually supports plant growth by providing nutrients as holding nutrients that we added in the form of fertilizer, water, which moves upward through plants, and this water cools plants as it evaporates off the leaves and the other tissues. It carries essential nutrients into the plants, helps maintain cell size so that plants don't wilt, and serves as a raw material for photosynthesis, the process by which plants capture light energy and store it in a sugar for later use. Oxygen. The space among soil particles contain air that provides oxygen, which living cells includes root cells used to break down sugars and release the energy needed to live and grow. Temperature modification. Soil insulates roots from drastic fluctuations in temperature, and this is especially important during excessively hot or cold times of year. And inertia. Root system extend outwards and or downwards through the soil and thereby stabilizing plants. Preparation of soil. Actually, it is the process of scattering seeds into the soil. This is one of the most important steps to have a successful ornamental plant. The best garden soil is fertile, well drained yard, retains moisture and gets enough air circulation which is needed for healthy roots. Best soil is important to select. Early springs is the time to start preparing your soil, and starting with the soil testing will tell you how much nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium you have in your soil and what the pH. pH means a measure of acidity or alkalinity is present in the soil. From this result, you can tell what soil amendments are needed for the best plant. What are the steps you need to follow when you want to start your garden for ornamental plants? So preparation of soil steps must be followed by: first, remove any grass. If this is done if you are starting a new garden site from an existing grassy area. If you have an existing garden area, start with this step. Plow the soil, plow, spade or rototill the area. Make sure the soil is ready to work. If it is too wet or too dry, you will harm the soil structure. To test the soil, take a handful and squeeze it. If it is stays in a ball, it is too wet, and if it is powdery or has hard clumps, it is too dry. If it crumbles freely, it is just right. Another sign is if you are turning the soil with a spade and the soil sticks to the end of the tool, it is too wet to work. If the soil is too wet, wait a week and do your test again. So moisture can be removed from the soil. Break down any large clumps. Clumps may be left after your rototill, so break this up with a hand cultivar or garden fork. Apply manure or compost and soil amendments. Add well rooted manure or compost and dig this into the top few inches of soil with a hand cultivar or the rake. Add in lime only. Lime the area where you will be planting your different group of plants, ornamental plants. You have really acidic soil, pH below 5.5. You can lime the everything else group as well. But do not lime the root group area. It is best to lime 1 month after you have added manure or compost your garden soil. Drag the bed. This is done to make the bed smooth and level. The area where ornamental plants can be grown can be smooth and level area. Pick out any large debris and small stones, and you want the soil to be consistency of coarse bread crumbs, especially if you are planting vegetable and other garden with fine seeds. Shortly, the steps involved for preparation of soils are plugging or tilling, leveling, and manuring. So these are the 3 steps which can be followed. Plugging is actually a process of loosening and turning of the soil, while leveling is the process of breaking the crumbs of plugged soils. This is done by leveler. And manuring is added to the soil before plugging. It increases fertility of soil. So let's talk about all of these 3 steps in detail. Manuring. Actually, this is the process of adding manure to the soil before plugging. Manure are actually animal dung used for fertilizing grain. It increases fertility of soil. There are 3 types of manure, that is green manure, farmyard manure, and compost manure. Green manure actually increases the percentage of organic matter in the soil, and farmyard manure improves the soil structure and is used as a natural fertilizer in farming, while compost manure improves the soil structure and water and nutrient holding capacity of the soil. Thus, they increase the nutrient value and thereby improves the health of the plant. Some advantages of manuring. It improves the water and nutrient holding capacity of the soil. It can be transported easily in the soil. They are a good source of macronutrients, improve soil fertility. The crops grown on the land treated with manure produces healthy crops. They are cost effective, reduces soil erosion and leaching, and methane gas is evolved as the byproduct of manure that can be used for cooking and heating purposes. Plugging. Actually, plugging is the process of loosening and turning of the soil. There are few types of plug, like mouthboard plug, disc type plug, rotatory plug, chisel or subsurface plug, and subsoil plug. All of this type of plug can be used for loosening of the soil. Here we will discuss some advantages of plugging quickly. The main advantages of plugging are it improves air circulating so that roots can respire easily. It loosens the soil such that the roots can penetrate deeper into the soil, thus hold the plant tightly. Plugging improves the water retaining capacity of the soil. It also improves the proper mixing of manure in the soil. It helps in uprooting weeds. It improves the physical properties of soil and aerates the soil. Organic matter decomposition is hastened to result in high nutrients availability to the plant. Since the capacity to absorb rainwater increases, atmospheric nitrate mixture with water enters the soil and it increases the soil fertility. The third step for the preparation of soil is leveling. This process is the process of breaking the crumbs of plugged soil. In large field, this process is done by leveler. Leveling actually smoothing and shearing the field surface. It is an important to the surface system as the design of laterals, manifolds, riser of outlet is of sprinkle of trickle irrigation system. It is a process of ensuring that the depth and discharge variation over the field are relatively uniform, and as a result that water distribution in the root zone are also uniform. These field operations are required nearly every cropping season, or particularly where substantial cultivation following harvest disrupts the field surface, or when the seasonal plants can be planted. The preparation of the soil surface for convenience and distribution of irrigation water is an important to efficient surface irrigation as any other single management practice that farmer or the gardeners employs. Some advantages of leveling are for easy penetration of roots and to some extent prevention of erosion. Leveling is done. It helps in uniform water distribution, weed management, nutrient utilization. It prevents the buildup of soil crumbs. It helps in leveling the field to its best condition with minimal earth movement, and then vary the water supply for the field condition. It provides a slope which feeds a water supply. Some tools for the preparation of soil in large fields or garden: plug, hoe, and cultivators are used. Plug for tilling the soil, adding fertilizer, and removing weeds, while hoe is used for removing weeds and for loosening the soil. Cultivator is used to loosen or turn the soil to remove weeds. These tools are generally used as machinery in large garden, but in A small garden or a small area, hand trowel, pruning shears, rake, spading fork, pruning saw, edger, digging shovel, garden spade, and horse and spray nozzles are generally used. Actually, garden tools are many tools made for gardening and overlaps with the range of tools made for agriculture, horticulture, and gardening. Garden tools can be divided into hand tools and power tools. Power tools, as we have described above, and these are the hand tools. Thank you so much, friends, for being with me. I hope it was clear to you.